And welcome back to Praggers Gaming. I'm Gamer Praggers, and this is...
Spring is when you feel like whistling, even with a shoe full of slush.
No, this is not spring. This is Medieval Dynasty. And we're picking up after the end of the last episode where we came up to visit Kestrel eventually, after taking on a bear and some wolves and some bandits. Thanks. We finally got up to here. Hornica. Yes. Hornica. Yes. And we arrived and we've come to speak to Kestrel, who is over here. Just jump over this. Not the first house, it's... Oh no. Yes, it is the first house. There she is. Okay. Let's see what she has to say. Beneath the stains of time, the feelings disappear. You are someone else. I'm still right here. I'm back. It's all going to be okay. Just drink this. What's going on? Who are you? Those eyes. Is that it? Am I dead? You're very welcome, Kestrel. My name is Rasamir. Jordan was my uncle. Of course, your eyes. Now I understand. I'm sorry. I've been quite distant lately. Please, don't mind this mess. It was some badgers that got in through the window. It's very nice to see you. Me and your uncle were working together. Trade, mostly. I don't want to be rude, but I've already spoken with Unigost. I've actually met Sambor and Walrad as well. I know about your mission. Very good to hear that. I wasn't ever a good liar. That's what a friend of mine did it pretty well. Yes, your friend Jordan. I know about that too. I see you know a lot, kid. No more bullcrap for you then. We were all part of a pack. A family, really. We never had a name or anything, but we did have some reputation in realms far away from here. The pack was all that we had, until the day it all fell apart, but you probably know all about that as well. I don't actually. No one has told me yet what happened. Well, it seems that the boys would rather tell you about the happy days, but you seem like you're ready to handle the realness as well, aren't you? I am. It was 12 years after the pack was fully formed, over a decade of adventures, mischiefs, tightening of bonds. We still felt young, but the thought of retirement from our operation was more and more real. We even had a place picked out where we could grow old in peace. Yes, you guessed that right. The valley was always our end game. Place to settle down, but none of us realised that the end was so near. We were staying for a job in a town called Navis, spent weeks there. Everybody started to get a little nervous, a little frustrated, because Jordan was planning it all on his own. He was always secretive and we kind of got used to it, but this time something was off. He kept telling us that he was meeting with some informant. I've been seeing him a couple of times through the window, tall as an all. Tall as an oak and thin as straw. Skinny face and jug ears made him look like a rat. Beady little eyes didn't help him as well. Jordan said that he was keeping us out of the loop for the Ratman's safety. So we waited. Played dice, drank and waited. When Jordan finally revealed his plan, it sounded like a joke. Weeks of planning for a job so simple, we could have done it with our eyes closed. So I'm guessing it wasn't as easy after all. Supposedly there was a lot of stolen loot in the town hall's treasury brought in by corrupted militia. Plan was simple: get in, steal it back and return it to the rightful owners. Child's play. Jordan and Walrad were supposed to make a distraction when Unigost and Sambor went inside the treasury, and I, as usual, was waiting with the horses ready to run. All went according to plan, no surprises. Sambor and Unigost rode in the cargo into the horses when I saw Walrad walking towards us alone. He said that Jordan split up with him and should be right back. I didn't like that. There was no reason for them to separate, so I decided to go and check on him. I could smell his posh perfume from a mile away, so it wasn't hard. I swiftly followed his scent right into the town scribe's chamber. That's when I saw it. If it wasn't for the ears, I would never have recognized him. His face was bashed in so hard you could almost see the floor through it. Jordan was standing by the rat man's body, wiping blood off his hands. He did it with a bottle of mead, which then he took a sip of. I'll never forget how casually he looked in that moment, like it was the most normal thing to do. He had some kind of book or journal behind his belt. Then he noticed me. Oh my, oh my. For a second there I saw his true face, his pure reaction to seeing me. It wasn't fear or shame, it was just annoyance. He scowled at me for ruining his plan, for insubordination. This honest reaction even he couldn't control, and just like that, his face changed completely. He was shocked, afraid, out of breath suddenly. Maybe even a tear was glistening in his eye. He grabbed my hand and said that we need to run, that we're not safe, that he will explain. So we ran to our brothers-in-arms, got on the horses and escaped. I told everyone what I'd seen. Jordan broke the most sacred of rules, his own rule. He was trying to explain to himself, but all that we heard was more and more lies. The trust had been broken. We were talking and arguing the whole night. At dawn, Walrad was the first to leave. We always kind of treated him like a younger brother who forced himself on a journey. But in that moment he was the most mature of us all, and it was clear that the pack had come to an end. Sambor left right after, and then I did the same. Unigos stayed with the Jordan. He couldn't live without him. He loved him the most, even more than me. When I was walking away, I saw that face of Jordan again. Our eyes met for a split second, and they were not sad, but full of contempt. So that's how it happened. I'm sorry, Rasamir, you probably expected something different. It doesn't matter what I expected, only the truth. The truth was always a bitch. Never pretty, never certain, full of doppelgangers and dirty lovers all over. But it still points to Jordan being a killer. Your uncle was an extraordinary man. Yeah, that's what everyone is saying. Truly brilliant, ahead of his time, I would say. His mind was able to predict things that could be unpredictable. He read people like books, and with all that excellence came a price. The perfectionist in his brain couldn't cope with losing, with being wrong. Jordan had really short views sometimes. He suffered from constant loneliness. Loneliness? He had you, all of you, the pack, family. Everybody loved him. And yet we were the only thing persistently keeping him down. Caring about us, loving us, it was a burden to him. The emotional ties made him dependent on us, weak, common. And being ordinary for him was worse than death. That's really sad, to be honest. Having us kept him grounded, but he couldn't restrict his ambition. It was like a flesh-eating disease, consuming him from within. Being anonymous started suffocating him. Seeing smiles on faces he'd helped wasn't enough. Hearing praises and thanks wasn't enough. He wanted to be acknowledged, to be worshipped, to be feared. I can't believe you're talking about Jordan. I thought he was a hero. I wanted to be like him. Life's hard, kiddo. You can't judge a book by its cover, same as you can't judge a man by the one thing he did or by part of his life. Nothing's just black and white. Unigos told me the same thing. He probably knew Jordan better than anyone else, knew the worst of him, but he was a brother to him nonetheless. He couldn't have hurt him. Well, he did have an affair with Jordan's woman. So you know about that as well. Seems that Unigos and you grew really close together. Yes, he did. I did. And I'm sure that Jordan knows all about it. Are you serious? That man could deduce the colour of a lady's knickers just by hearing her laughter. I'm sure he knew about me and Unigost. Wondering about that would torture me at nights. I had a couple of hypotheses, but the thing that speaks to me the most is the simplest of answers. He didn't care. He couldn't love me that much to want me all to himself, yet he wanted us to be happy, so he didn't intervene. I'm sure it was funny to him watching us wallow in our lie, like watching children playing a grown man's game. Maybe he could have changed. Maybe if the baby wasn't... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. If the baby wasn't born dead, don't be sorry. That's what happened. Maybe he was happy about it, or at least appeared to be. Didn't want to hear me when I was saying that it could be a girl. He wanted a boy. I mean, he ordered to keep him company, but it wouldn't have worked. Not that time, at least. Why's that? The boy wasn't his. A mother always knows such things. I knew it was Unigost from the moment I felt his heart beating inside me. But he never told any of them. No, I felt like the lack of truth was a better solution in the situation. But you don't have to agree with me. I do agree, there wasn't a good answer. You tried to keep them both happy. And yet I failed at that miserably. Still, you put their happiness before your own. Let's not talk about that any longer. There's a very important matter I've been getting to. You may think that I'm crazy, but I have to say it. I don't believe that Jordan died of natural causes. What? What are you saying? I think he was murdered. What makes you say that? What do you know about his death? Not much, actually. Only that he died peacefully in his sleep. That's what Unigost told me. And you just assumed it was an illness or old age. Correct? No, I mean, yes, I believe I did. And that's what doesn't add up to me. I knew Jordan. He was always in great shape. We met a few days before his death, actually. He wanted to reconnect. He was happy. It was obvious to me that he was planning something, and that wasn't to die in his bed. He didn't have any health problems, but enemies, those he surely had a surplus of. That actually sounds very convincing. I managed to find out the location of the medic who was examining Jordan's body, who decided to burn the corpse in the same day, which already seems bizarre. And have you talked with him? No, I wanted to, but my demons caught up with me. Have you told anyone from the pack about your presumptions? No, it may sound harsh, but there's suspects as well. Suspects? You were supposed to be a family. I don't really believe they did it. I certainly hope they didn't, but we can't rule anything out at this moment. So you cannot tell them about any of this. Not until we learn something valuable. Here, I've marked the location of the medic's camp on your map. I don't know the exact place, you'll have to find it. Speak with him and report to me. I mean, if you're up for it. Of course I am. I'll be back. Okay. Now. So. It's just outside, but we've got so much stuff on us. Ugh. Right, so we need to work out what we're going to do. Well. Okay. Let's just zoom in. So follow this path out. Alright, what have we got on us? Is there anything we can sell? Cheese. Cherry wine. There's someone over here that's selling stuff. Is it you? Yes.
Hello, best goods in the realm.
Right, so let's sell the 2 beer bottles and the cherry wine, the clay mug, the clay bowl, the clay vial. shovel will keep. There's a lot of fur. Oh, hang on. Large pouch. We'll sell that. For plum wine. Simple backpack. Sell that. Simple tunic. Sell that. Stone arrows. We'll sell the stone arrows. Wool fabric. Okay, they're all equipped. I mean, let's sell all the fur, because we can't really do anything with the fur, but we want to keep the leather. I'll sell the deer skull. And we got loads of meat. We'll sell the lot. There we go.
Goodbye.
Okay. So that gets us moving a bit quicker. Let's head this way. We'll down to the river and then we'll run up the river. We will do a quick save because we're going to need that. I mean, risk it for a biscuit? What do you reckon? We got a quick save. Worth. Nope, it's running away. Oh, hang on. That's the other thing we need to do. New fields. Cutting down trees. We need to cut down 20 trees, and we've only got today to do it. So, that's 2, 3. I do have another axe, that's okay. I am dirty. You should see me on a Saturday night. Hey-oh. Okay, 11 of 20. That's cool. But what I do want to try and do is pick up some of these on the way back through. for resources. Uh-oh. That could be bad. Oh no. That's a big old moose. But I'm not seeing any tents. Hang on, what's that? Ah, there. Okay. Ooh. Firewood. And a wicked crate, we can take that. Poison copper arrows. Hello, I'm looking for a medic.
Who's coming? What? Who are you calling a relic?
I said a medic.
What?
A medic.
What?
Medic!
Oh, well that's me. And who are you?
My name is Rasimir, and I...
Don't bother, I won't remember anyway. What do you want?
I wanted to ask you about...
Why? You're not my grandson, are you?
No?
Phew, that's good. I was afraid you were going... You were. Good thing I never had children then.
If you didn't, then how could I... Whatever. It's about Eordan. Do you remember Eordan?
Of course I do. He was the Castellan who died. Great shame. He was one of the good ones.
I've been told that you've seen his body.
Who told you that? I haven't seen anything. Go away.
Please, it's really important. I have to know how he died.
It was years ago. I don't remember. I'm old, you know. You shouldn't be asking about such things anyway.
But I need to know the truth, and you're the only one who can help me.
Why?
Because I don't have any leads besides this one.
Why do you need to know?
I'm his nephew. I came to the valley after I lost my parents in the war, looking for him. He was the only relative I had left.
Listen, kid. Listen, kid. It would be better if you dropped it. Seriously.
So you don't have a hearing problem after all?
Safety reasons, and for the same reason I won't be telling you anything about your...
Please, you must help me.
I'm not joking, boy. Do you think I enjoy living all alone in the wilderness like this? I don't want to end up in the same way as Jordan.
So he really was murdered?
I've already said too much. Leave.
No, please, I'm begging you. I'll do whatever it takes to find out who did this.
I really can't, kiddo. I don't want to die on my own terms. I want to die on my own terms, and not due to metal poisoning. What if I could help you leave the valley? Make you safe? I don't know. This is my home, and you're living in the woods, scared for your life. That's not the way to spend your last days, wouldn't you agree? Damn you, reasonable youngling. Alright, if you can get me a horse and some supplies, I'll tell you what I know. Great, I'll get on it. I'll need someone to escort me all the way as well, even if they wouldn't find me. There are still bandits and wild beasts in the way. Okay, I'll find you someone to protect you during your travel. And I want a wife as well. Forget it. It was worth a try. I'll come back. Okay. I mean, we're going to rob him blind. Ops. I don't really need the firewood. We'll take the wooden wicker basket and the copper arrows. Take the wicker crate. Planks. Oh, more planks. Oh, wooden wheel. Okay, now we've robbed him blind. Right, let me grab my axe. We'll cut a few more trees down. Because I don't think we have to go and report it in. I think we can just cut them down and they just know. Let me just run over here. Oh look, bugs. Right, so we just need to talk to Kestrel. 2 more trees. One. Two. There we go. And the job's complete. Now, right, we need to head back to Kestrel, who's over this way. Ideally, without getting attacked. But there's some broadleaf plantain over here. There we go. Which way we go? That way. I mean, I would imagine she'll be sober now. They're over there. Well, bugger. Right, okay. That's all we've got time for. So we need to head back to Kestrel, which I will do, ready for the next episode. In the meantime, don't forget to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, ticking the bell so you know when new videos go live. In the description is a link to the channel Discord. Feel free to come and talk about the games you're playing, the games I'm playing, games in general. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.